Welcome to Soul Infused Monday. I'm so excited that you're here. So, if you are here already live, leave me a comment below. I know it always takes a few moments to, let me just close this here real quick. It always takes a few moments for people to jump in, to connect, and for the feed to go live. So if you are already live, say hello. And if you are watching the replay, leave a comment below as well. I always go back and check in on you. So let me know that you're here even though you are on the replay as well. And remember, you can always ask questions and comment on the replay. I will get back to you as well. So regardless of if you are here live right now or if you're watching the replay, take a moment to remove any distractions. Mute your phone, close the door, close your emails, Twitter, whatever else you have open, and give yourself the permission to get the most out of this short session together. And let me know if you're here and see me clearly. Alyssa is here, and Alyssa is welcoming everybody, pretty in pink. Thank you. Oh my God, I mean, my generation, I don't know, totally sidetracking here for a second. Who knows the movie Pretty in Pink? I think it was a movie in the 80s or something. That was my favorite movie as a teenager. I think I watched it like 100 times. That's obviously totally exaggerated, but that just reminded me of that. So thank you, Alyssa. Natalie's here, Emily's here, Tina is here, Heather is here. Fantastic. Emily knows the movie. Okay, Paige is waving. Fantastic. So, super excited. Fired up for you today, and you've heard me talk about dream big. What's your vision? What does it take to fulfill your vision? What does it actually mean? And I spoke about this, I've been speaking about this month. So today I want to continue this conversation because these things don't happen overnight. And today we're going to dive deeper into what's actually holding you back. What are the real underlying issues that are holding you back from living your dream, creating your dream, stepping into it. And if you're new to my show and we have not connected yet, my name is Sonia Bueno de la Torre, and I'm here ultimately to help you shift your energy, set your soul free so that you can really step into that vision and fulfill or live a purpose-filled life, the life that is calling you. Okay, so let's jump in. And I remember that moment, and I shared that briefly in last week's session. I will never forget that moment when I was standing on stage with Tony Robbins in front of 5,000 people. And in that moment, feeling and hearing inside of me, this is what I want to do. I want to speak in front of thousands of people, sharing my message. And back then I had no idea that I had a message, by the way. This is a long time ago. I was a total mess back then, obviously. But that was actually a surprise to me. Like I was standing on stage and I felt this, wow, this is what I meant to do. This is what I'm gonna do. I had no idea how, but I was so excited. I was so fired up. I was so motivated. I wanted to go for it. And if you watched last week's episode, what happened is that I had all this energy and all this intention. Whoa, and then I totally bailed. I totally held back. I did not move forward in joining the program with him to make this happen for me. And there are several reasons. And back then I used the excuse about money not to do it. And I'm saying this very consciously. I used the excuse. I used money as an excuse not to step into it. Back then, if someone would have said that to me, if someone would have said, Sonia, you are using money as an excuse, I would have resisted it, I would have fought it, I would have maybe not agreed, I wouldn't have maybe seen it. And at the same time, I actually wish someone would have done that back then. Someone did later, so I'm still very grateful. But I'm using that because I was not aware that I was using that as an excuse. So today, I want to share more about what are the real underlying issues versus what we think on the surface is really holding us back. Okay, you ready? Does that sound good? Are you excited? Let me see what else. That's why I said it. Great movie. Yes, great, fantastic. Mohit, hi Mohit. Darlene is here. Good morning from California. All right, so let's do it. And I said about something about the top 3 reasons. I'm gonna share actually a few more reasons. And don't get too hooked up into it has to look a certain way and this is the only way. You might have a variation of it. Ultimately, it's still the same mechanism. Because, and I spoke about this last week, if you're not clear on your vision yet, you want to get clear on what that is. But you can get started regardless. And I'm going to make you an offer today, an invitation to speak to me as a unique opportunity for me to help you. So look out for that and use that if this resonates with you. So let's look into, when I look back, I used the money as something that was holding me back. So I want to start with showing you a few of the things that are on the surface level that we use as the reason to hold back. And I think that's important because if you're not aware of that, it's difficult to even go beyond that. So here are the most common reasons on a surface level that hold us back. Money is a big one. And I would be curious, who in here watching live or on the replay has done in the past or now or had the experience that you really felt you wanted to do something, you felt a calling to work with this particular coach or join that particular program or go on a workshop or something completely different, but you felt like, oh my God, this feels like a total yes, and you did not do it because of money. I'm just curious. I've done it many times in the past. I don't do that anymore. However, I totally understand. I totally get it. So there's no judgment about it. It's not about shaming. It's about you becoming clear from where you are making your decisions from. Okay, so who has that experience? Who's done that before? Yeah, pictures. I'd like to know the root of my money story. Yeah, that's important. Yes, absolutely. And I'm not the only one. I guess most everyone did that. So that's one. Another example could be time and different versions of time. I don't have the time. That's usually obviously not true because you have time for what is important to you. And if it's important enough, you will find the time. Also, something like it's not the right time. Who has said that before? Who can resonate with this? Oh, it sounds great. I really want to do it, but it's not the right time. And leave comments below here. Yeah, also if you're on the replay. Yes, Emily says, absolutely. Only I usually jump in, but I'm still scared until I do it. Yes, I'm scared every time. So that's being scared about it. It's not the point. It's about doing it anyway. Fear is always going to be part of our human experience, by the way. So if you have the illusion that at some point you're going to be totally fearless, just let it go because it's a totally, it takes a lot of energy away and it will create a lot of disappointment if you do feel fear. Fear is part of our experience. And every time we stretch and grow, we are going to be afraid. Okay, so let's go back on the time. It's not the right time. I don't have the time. I will do it sometime. I will do it sometimes literally means I will not do it. So it's really about being very clear. Not having the time or not the right time is an excuse on a surface level that has something underneath. And I'm saying this for the things that you really want to do. If there's something that does not resonate with you, it's not the right fit for you. You simply say, no, it's not the right fit for me. You don't have to come up with excuses about money or time or something else. But often it is that we do feel it's the right thing. And we don't move ahead because we are afraid. And the third very common obstacle that comes up that we truly believe it's valid point is something like, I have to ask my husband, I have to ask my wife, I have to ask someone, I have to ask my mentor, I have to ask God, I have to ask somebody else than me. And maybe you resonate with that. So have you ever said those words or felt those words? It's like, I really want to do this, but I want to ask someone about it. Your parents, your spouse, your friend, your someone. So I want to dissect those 3 pieces. And of course, I will not be able to go into such detail because this is a very complex and everybody is different, but I'm going to give you a guideline so that you can work deeper. And if you want to explore more of what it is that's holding you back on a very specific level, and you haven't discovered that yet, and you want to transform it and really move powerfully forward with whatever your dream is, I will offer you a call with me towards the end of the show today so that you can actually dive deeper with it if you're ready, only if you're ready. So what are the underlying issues here? And it doesn't even matter if it's money, time, or someone else. They are all very related. On the surface level still, there are many. I hope you're making notes here. Who's making notes? I'm just curious. Who's coming here making notes? Yeah, sometimes it's not a fear, but more financial. Yeah, even the financial piece. It's a great point, Heather. It's still, I get it, because I've said it so many times myself. It's never really about the money. I'm going to dig a little deeper as much as I can. Okay, fantastic. So on a surface level, you want to do something, and I'm talking about something that's really important to you, something that will change your life, something that will grow. I'm not talking about, am I going to buy a new TV or something like that. I'm talking about your stepping into who you want to become, stepping into your soul's purpose, becoming that vibrant, confident, free person, woman or man. So I'm talking about the real important stuff. I'm not talking necessarily about some material things, even though you can apply that too, because there's always an underlying reason as well. Does this make sense so far, guys? Let me know and simply say, yes, makes total sense, or makes no sense at all. So I know I'm landing here with you. Okay? Fantastic. So 3 other points. So I gave you 3 surface level obstacles. I give you 3 other points. One point is that you're not clear, on what it is that you want. You're not clear on your vision, and you're not clear on your purpose. And therefore, number 2, you don't get started. Or you get started, but you stop along the way. Okay? You're not clear, number 1, or you're somewhat clear. You don't get started, or you get started and stop along the way. And about the clarity, I want to say something in the getting started, super important. The getting started is even more important, because you can get started even if you're not clear. I speak to so many people from all over the world. And they usually come to me with a desire and say, hey, I have something, there's something deeper. Sonia, there's something missing. Sonia, I know I have something to give, but I'm afraid of being out there. I'm not confident. Something is holding me back. What can I do? I hear this over and over. And the one thing is, like, you don't have to figure it all out. And I spoke about this last week as well. I think it's important enough to repeat. It's more important to get started. You simply want to get started, but because by getting started, you take action step and you move towards where you want to go, okay? So, and the third reason is very often that you try to do it all by yourself. I've done this myself, and so many women, especially, like, it's unbelievable how it's conditioned in us. I have to get it all done myself. Yeah, these are 3 reasons as well that are actually holding you back. You're not clear, you don't get started, or you do get started and stop along the way, or you're trying to do it all by yourself. And sometimes I come up with funny analogies about this, because it's so interesting how we think that we have to get it all done ourselves, figure it all out ourselves. Like, if you have a car and it's broken or something is not working well, I would most likely, unless you are a mechanic, right, and that's your expertise, most likely you bring your car to the mechanic and you let it look at it, fix it, resolve it so that it runs smoothly again on the road versus being blocked and stuck up, right? Am I correct? You would not think, oh my God, I have to figure this out. I have to fix the engine myself. So no, you take it to an expert. That's the same thing that you do. You go and you let an expert help you. So if you've been one of those, if this resonates with you and you have been trying to figure it out all by yourself and you have not figured it out yet, it's because it's time to ask for help. Reach out to someone. And I'm not attached that it's me. I'm offering you today to reach out to me and to speak to me so that I can help you, and it's completely for free. There's no strings attached. However, I'm more attached to making a difference with you. So if this resonates with you and you've been trying to do this all by yourself for a long time and it's not working, try something different. Okay? I hope you guys hear me, and this is landing here for you. Makes sense? Christine, I love you too. So great having you here. Delene, yes. Okay, and if you have a specific question, I've said that before, but because I get so many comments, a specific question, mark it as question and keep it as short and crisp and concise as possible so that I can really give you coaching. And this is such an opportunity for you to get free coaching. So be very concise, specific, and mark the comment as question so that I don't miss out on it. Okay? Fantastic. Okay. Stuck car movements, lol. Yeah, try something different. Yes, if you're trying something and you're doing the, hey, we are all the same. We do something and it's not working. We do it again. We try the same way and try the same way, try the same way. And we try to create a different result with the same thing. So if it's not working, it's obviously not working. Try something different. Ask for help. And so let's look more deeply on the underlying issues even underneath that, or some variation of it. Of course, number one is fear, but even underneath fear, there are very specific fears. And even though they're different for different people, there's really a very collective strength of fear. But let's say one is fear. And often it comes with a belief of, I'm not good enough. I can't do it. Some version of this. And even though you think, oh yeah, I'm aware of it. I mean, who in here knows that this is running and you're still not able to fix it? Because even though you know that's part of this, the unconscious is so powerful in what's operating energetically in an unconscious level, it's just much stronger. And seriously, I've been doing inner work for 20 years. I love inner work. I'm in love with it in the meanwhile. I do this, I breathe and live it until the end of days on this planet because it never stops. It's the same that if you have a beautiful garden, you have, maybe not everybody has a beautiful garden, but it takes time. It takes dedication and it takes work. And it grows and it becomes more beautiful, but you also have to maintain it. And you keep doing it. Why? Because it feels so amazing to spend time in this beautiful garden, flowers, solid roots, green, it feels lush, it feels peaceful. That is you. Why would you think that you do not get to maintain and take care of your spiritual, your emotional, your mental health and expansion and growth? So I'm in love with that. The reason why I'm sharing this with you, I'm speaking fast today. I want to put so much in today. I want to give you so much. And remember, if you have a question, leave a comment below. I've been doing this for so long, and only last week I had a session with one of my people that I work with, because I, like everyone else, is still holding back sometimes. And I felt there was a block, and it was more related to my business and my next level of exposure. And I'm very transparent. I'm out there, and yet I felt like there was still something going on. And I was fascinated that I discovered a different layer so deep that my unconscious was resisting to look at for nearly 18 years. And I'm sharing this with you because it's fascinating and it's so liberating. And you get deeper and deeper and you peel off the layers, and then you get closer and closer to that essence, to that soul that you are. And when you do that, even though there is resistance and there is fear and there is shame, I experience that myself. I can't even express in words. There are no words for what it really feels when you let go of that and you connect with who you are. And it does not mean that it's gone forever. It means that it's there, and at the same time, the soul is here too. It's not an either or. I hope this makes sense, guys. And let me know if you have any questions. So fear, one thing, then trust. And usually, especially when it comes to money, oftentimes it's that we have a combination of fear and trust. We are afraid that we're not good enough. That's the reason I didn't step into that program 18 years ago. I made myself believe I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money, but it's not the case, because in the last 15 years, I so often did not have the money, but I decided to do it and always found a way. So there's always a way. And I know some of you might resist that idea, and that's totally okay, because I resisted it myself, but I'm just planting a seed also. So let yourself be open and trust the process. Trust. And trust looks like that you don't trust yourself, and therefore you don't trust others. And it's sometimes difficult to see, we have to go, what if it doesn't work for me? What if I've done so much already? What if this doesn't work for me? It's not so much about the program or about, it's about that you don't trust yourself and you're afraid that it's not going to work for you. Again, that's one of the underlying reasons. Fear, the limiting beliefs, and the trust. And one other aspect of fear, I give you a few examples. You might have this big vision, like maybe your vision is completely different, but it doesn't matter. It's just to make a point. You have a vision and you want to be out there and you want to make an impact. You want to share your gifts with the world. You want to find your voice. You want to be confident out there, and you really want it. And you're consciously open to it and you're willing to work for it. But what's holding you back underneath is fear of being seen because of woundings and beliefs and energetical blocks that are still operating in you. Fear of rejection. And God knows if you're fearful of rejection on an unconscious or conscious level, of course you're not going to go out and scream and share your vision and your big message or whatever it is that you want to do, because not everybody will agree with you. It's just the fact. However, there's a way to dealing with that, because it's not true that you cannot handle it. You just haven't learned it. And the unconscious is running your system versus your conscious intention. And another big one is also that through the fear of being seen and fear of rejection, there's a big fear of being abandoned, because it's not logical, but being rejected often created in us a fear of being abandoned, because as little children or babies, we don't have a self-reflection yet. We only see what's ahead of us, and we are totally dependent on our parents. I remember that when I was little, my parents are from Spain, so I'm originally Spanish, you might know this. I grew up in Germany. But when I was very little, and I didn't know that back then, I know this now obviously, that my parents were a little bit concerned because I wasn't growing fast enough, or the doctors were making them afraid of something. Obviously everything was fine with me, but they were scared, and in their good intention, they brought me to Spain to live with my grandparents for a little bit. But I was very small. I don't even remember. I wasn't even 2 years old. I have to ask my mom. And later on, working on my issues, I realized that back then, I believed my parents had abandoned me. And when I tune into that feeling of they abandoned me, and they abandoned me for a reason. I wasn't good enough, I wasn't loved, I wasn't worthy, whatever it was. And that on such a non-verbal, early age that happened. Can you see how that might have influenced and colored my upbringing and who I was thinking on a totally unconscious, non-verbal, energetical level? Okay, so I just want to give you an example. So these are several reasons. I'm going to recap real quick. Surface level, money, time, asking someone, not being clear, not getting started, or getting started and not following through, not asking for help, and that what we don't follow through, because we all want to give up at some point. And I would never be where I am today without the continuous work with my coaches, with my mentors, with my healers that I still work on. And I will do that until I leave this planet, because what else is more important than that, to be honest? Seriously. Okay, good. Do you have any questions? I see time is already up, so I'm going to take one more minute if I see one question, and if not, post it later. I will go back to it later. And my invitation for you today, and I mentioned it before, is to jump on a soul discovery call with me. If you feel that you have something that you are holding yourself back, you have a vision, you have a calling, and you are looking for help, and you are ready to really take a next level, to step into your vision with confidence and trust, and you're ready to become that person that you get to be, and you're willing to do the work. I have 5 spots left this month, and there's a link here on the description box, or you go to helpmesonia.com. And I encourage to apply for one of those calls if you want to become crystal clear on what it is that you are here meant to do. You want to know what to do. You want to have a roadmap, a plan, step-by-step plan. And you want to discover what is actually holding you really back. What are the underlying issues that you get to discover, to resolve, so that you can move forward powerfully. If this is you, click that link, apply today, because there's only 5 spots that I'm going to choose out of it. And I can't wait, and I'm super excited to help you to take your vision and your big dream to the next level. Does that sound good? Okay, fantastic. And here's one thing that I would like to ask you to pay it forward. Tune in for a moment. What is the most valuable thing you're taking away from today's show? Take that moment. I know I'm overextending my time today a little, but that's okay. It's my choice. Free to do whatever I want. Tune in, take a breath. Close your eyes even if you want to, and if you're not driving. Tune in. What is one or the most valuable thing you're getting out of this show today, of the Soul Infused Monday? And leave a comment below. Leave a comment below. What is the one most important breakthrough, aha moment, insight, takeaway? And share it. Let yourself be seen. Don't hide. And then think of a person that will benefit from this information today, from this energy, from this community, and share this Soul Infused Monday show with someone you love. Does this sound good? Do I get a yes to this? I'm going to stay here for a few more seconds to see your comments. Christine says one of the things that she's getting is asking for help if I need it. Yeah, Chris, you know, isn't it amazing that after so many years of inner work, this is still so crucial, right? So yeah, asking for help when you need it. Great. Heather Foster says, your energy in general. Thank you. And I have a question for you, because it will help you to determine what helps you. What about it is what makes a difference for you, so that you can actually create it, even when you're not with me. Hope this makes sense. Emily is saying, reinforcement that the leap of faith is right. Yes, if it's in alignment with your vision, if it's in alignment with your vision and you make the decision out of your vision, not out of fear, yes, and it will be scary, yes. And you know what? You got my back, because you know I'm totally supporting you in this, and we'll keep working with you on making this happen for you. Super excited. Okay. Oh, there are more comments. Debbie says, my number one takeaway is to focus on your coaching for sure. You are greatly valuable to me. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Yeah, Debbie is one of my rockstar private clients. Love that. Thank you. And Tina is saying, the one most important takeaway, fear of being seen. Tina, big one. Yes. And I know you're working on it. Looking forward to having you in the group. So we are going to work on this big time. I'm so with you. So afraid of being seen. Totally get it. Heather Foster, the positive vibes, knowing that each Monday when I learn from you. Love it. And you know what's so valuable about this? That's why I share it with someone. It's the energy you surround yourself with. It's how you set the tone for this day. It's how you set the tone for the rest of your week. And if it resonates with you, and if you resonate with me and my work, apply for a call with me. I'm happy to help you. So happy to support you. Pam, I'm so happy you're showing up. Love it. Asking for help and then receiving the help, even though it doesn't look like I thought it would. A lot of abandonment. Fantastic. Great insight. Asking for help. I don't feel like people in my life who I can ask really have the time. They are entrepreneurs and busy. I might have one. Yes. Well, that's such a great point, Alyssa. And I know you worked with me in the past. So it's super important who you, I love that you brought that up, Alyssa. Super important to finish this. Don't ask some random dude, friend out there, someone that can't help you. You want to ask people for help that are where you want to go and then know that can help you, that can hold the space for you, and that will challenge you to stretch into it, because that's the help that will guide you. So, and if at this moment in time don't want to invest money, and I say this to everyone, this is not only for you, Alyssa, if at this moment in time it's not your priority to invest money, or you don't want to spend money, or you believe that there's a block and you are not able to spend money, listen to people. Come to Soul Infused Monday, find other coaches, mentors, and inspiration, and listen to them until you are ready to invest the money, because you want someone that holds your hand and holds the vision and stands in the fire for you when you want to give up. Gosh, I wanted to give up so many times in my life. And my clients, sooner, at some point or another, some of them want to give up. And I'm there for them. And I help them to go to the finish line, because I never give up on them. I never give up on them. Having said all of that, thank you for being here. Thank you for being live. Thank you for watching the replay. If this resonated with you, if you are looking for help and you resonate with me, apply for one of these 5 calls this month. Come back next Monday. And I wish you a fantastic rest of your week. And I'm sending you so much love. And I will see you next Monday for a new episode of Soul Infused Monday. Much love.